As we take a look at those visuals, it was still a very dark night for those who were unable to get back into the building. Obviously, there were many people who were able to get there, get out of the building safely. But where did they spend the night last night? Well, let's take you there to Pule Letshwiti-Jones, our reporter on the ground outside, just across the road. Pule, morning to you. Let's start, first of all, latest numbers, if we can. Where do we stand this morning? What's the expectation from authorities for this morning?
Well, a very good morning, Gareth. It seems as though the death toll has now risen to 75, according to the Gauteng Health Department. Not quite a good number there. It seems as though people whose bodies were found here continue to increase. Yesterday, I was at one of the hospitals where some of those who were injured were taken to, which is Helen Joseph as well. We do understand that those who were injured were taken to surrounding hospitals, including Baragwanath, Tembisa Hospital, and of course Charlotte Maxeke Hospital as well. Yesterday, we spoke to the city manager, Floyd Brink, who admits that they now need to look into the issue of lease agreements as well. As far as you understand, the lease agreement here between the city of Johannesburg and an NGO ended in 2013. From there onwards, there were allegations of a building hijacker who was at the forefront of hijacking this building. The person was allegedly arrested in 2019 and was then released because it seems as though there wasn't enough evidence to prosecute. So those are the challenges the city of Johannesburg is facing. But of course, the state's number one, President Cyril Ramaphosa, saying they need to look into this issue. He will, of course, will be having a discussion with some of the colleagues and, of course, government officials in Parliament around this issue of as well of lease agreements and buildings within the metros and municipalities. It's an issue that they believe has to be looked into thoroughly. But as far as we understand, when we got here and seen, we haven't been seeing anyone outside the building. As you can see, it's still quite clear. It seems as though people have been vacated. We did see law enforcement, the Metro Police Department's JMPD as well, officials who are on site patrolling to ensure that there is no one who is outside the building. Now, what we were told yesterday during a briefing is that people, of course, who were vacated from this building would be then taken to nearby shelters just to accommodate them while the investigations take place here. This scene has not been handed over yet to the SAPS. Yesterday, when I spoke to the Provincial Commissioner, Elias Mawela, he said that an inquest docket would be open into the death of those who died as a result of this building being engulfed into flames. So those are the updates we received yesterday. We saw a flock of politicians and officials making their way here just to establish what would have happened. But most importantly as well, I got the opportunity to speak to one of the eyewitnesses yesterday who gave us a sort of a detailed, picture of what really transpired. Let's take a listen.
Here, so we start hearing loud noise because this area is a place of people being mugged and stuff. Yeah. So we thought that was the issue. So I think 30 minutes later, then we came out. So after we came out was when we saw the building was in fire. People were trying to jump. Some parents throwing their kids downstairs. Even I saw one lady. She threw her 2 kids. Some people catch them, and then with her also she jumped there, but then she broke the leg. Yeah, so it wasn't a good experience though. Some were stuck inside, they can't go in, they can't go out, they got bent inside and stuff.
There's going to be a lot of questions that still need to be answered, Pule, and I think one of the key questions for South Africa this morning, and perhaps just bring us the latest, is that there's still no clear cause of why the fire had started in the first place. Speaking to eyewitnesses there yesterday, some were suggesting that there was candles because it was dark, trying to keep warm. But what have you heard overnight? Has there been any development in the cause of the fire?
No, there's still no cause. We haven't received any information as to really what would have been the root cause to the fire as well. And just like you rightfully say, when I spoke to some of the eyewitnesses here on scene yesterday, some were alleging that it could have been as a result of a gas stove, others saying it was candles. These are all just some of the, stories we're picking up from being on the ground. But of course, we do understand that investigations are thoroughly underway, and we will be getting feedback as to what could have been, the root cause to this building actually, catching fire, and so badly as well. Quite a tragic incident here, Gareth. You could actually see people struggling as far as the second floor, tying fabrics into, turning them into knots to try and escape as well as a result of the fire. It was really quite a sad moment when we spoke to some of the eyewitnesses who were just across this building here as well, who were saying they actually came out from their buildings and tried to help those who wanted to escape from this building as it was on fire.